Hello everyone, this is Arcus, and today I'm going to show you how to create a parallax zoom in animation, like the one you see here. But first, let me show you how Disney created it back in the day.
When our camera moves in closer on this moonlight scene, you'll notice that everything grows larger, including the moon. Now, when you walk along a country road toward the moon, it certainly doesn't grow larger like this, nor does it shrink in size when you walk away from it. The problem was how to take a painting and make it behave like a real piece of scenery under the camera. The trouble was we were photographing a flat two-dimensional background. So we set about making plans and blueprints for a new cartoon camera that would overcome this. The different elements in the scene were separated according to their varying distances from the viewer. This put the moon on a plane farthest away from the camera. With our original picture broken down in this manner, it is possible to control the relative speed with which each individual part of it moves to or away from the camera. But the moon remains absolutely still, and so it will always remain the same, neither growing nor shrinking in size. Of course, our cartoon camera does not shoot sideways, but is placed above and shoots downward toward the drawings. Since this new camera used many planes, we called it the multiplane camera.
Wait. We don't have unlimited resources like Disney, so let's try to work with something we have. So the tools required for this are an iPad, an Apple Pencil, a LumaFusion app, and a Procreate app. Our first step is to draw the scene that we are trying to animate. We could have drawn this scene in Photoshop or by using other softwares too. But this one was done in Procreate, and this is the time-lapse video of its making. This is actually a scene that I created for one of my first animations called The Lantern Night. If you'd like to see the full version of The Lantern Night, the link is in the description below. One important thing to keep in mind when drawing the scene is that we have to separate the layers. For example, on this scene, I made every row of benches on different layers. So the trick here is to zoom into these different layers in different scales. So the layers that are closer to the camera will be zoomed into more than the layers further away from the camera, giving the viewer the illusion of a three-dimensional space. So in this scene, there are 11 layers we'll be working with. Our next step is to import all these layers to LumaFusion separately. First, let's open LumaFusion. Create a new project. For now, I'm just gonna name it Parallax Zoom. Now let's locate those PNG files we created earlier and drag and drop it to our timeline. Make sure we import the bottom layer first. In our case, it's layer 11. Let's make this layer 10 seconds long. Now let's go ahead and import all the other layers too. In our case, the order will be 11, then 10, then 9, and so on. For now, LumaFusion only allows us to stack 6 photos or videos on top of each other. So let's just work with these layers for now. I have 11 layers in total here, but you might not have as many layers in your project. Now let's make all the layers 10 seconds long. The way I do it is by extending all the layers beyond 10 seconds and place the time cursor at the 10-second mark and then deselect all the layers. You can do this by touching somewhere outside of the layers and hitting the trim button at the bottom. Now let's delete those extra clips. After all that, we go into the last layer by double tapping on it and create 2 frames, one at the beginning and one at the end. To do that, we're going to tap the jump back button and tap the plus button at the bottom left, and then tap the jump forward button and tap the same plus button. We are going to leave the beginning frame as is and only mess with the end frame. We'll now increase the size of the end frame to 105. We'll do the same on other layers, but instead we're zooming their end frame in the increments of 5. So the layer 10 will be zoomed at size 110, layer 9 will be zoomed at 115, layer 8 at 120, and so on. Zooming different layers at different scale will create an illusion of zooming into a 3-dimensional space. Now let's review for what we have so far. Since we're happy with what we have at the moment, let's go ahead and export the clip in the highest possible quality. Now let's import the same video into LumaFusion. We're going to repeat the process one more time. Now we add the remaining layers. Make sure the PNG layers are imported in the correct order, making it all 10 seconds long. Now, when we go into the 5th layer, we'll increase the size 5 more than the 6th layer, which is 135. Now we do the same to all remaining layers. The 4th will be 140, 3rd 145, 2nd 150, and the 1st layer will be 155. Now let's quickly review the parallax zoom till now. Our 3rd step is to add the out of focus effect. Let's start with layer 1, the one closest to the camera. Let's put our time cursor at the end frame. Make sure the colors and effects is turned on. Then tap the blurs tab, which looks like a teardrop. It is located at the top right corner. When we select the Gaussian 10, we automatically create a frame at the end of this clip. Now let's create another frame somewhere in the middle. In this case, at the 5-second mark. After that, we bring down the blur radius to 0. By doing this, the blur effect only starts at the 5-second mark. We go back and do something similar in layer 2. But this time, we are going to make the maximum Gaussian radius 8 at the end of the clip, and we'll start the effect at 6-second mark. Now we repeat the process with other layers, decreasing the maximum Gaussian blur by 2 and delaying the blur effect by 1 second respectively. And let's review the effect as we move forward. After doing all that, let's export it again to the highest possible quality. Here, I'm exporting this clip to my photos. After that export, we're going to crop the video. So, we're going to our photos where we exported our animation and open it up. Since we only need the second half of the animation, we're going to crop the first half out. When we are happy with the crop, we just save the video. So there we go. This is what our final animation looks like. If you still have some more questions, let me know in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching, and like and subscribe if it helped you in any way. Thank you.